for another episode of Frothy Milkers.
Yes. Welcome back. I'm Isaiah.
I'm Colin. And if you are new to our podcast, we talk about it's raw conversations with real people, funny stories, and messed up situations. So if that's something you're interested in, keep listening. We got other episodes as well. Listen to those as well. I said as well like 7 times. I apologize.
Happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you lack confidence. You're not sure of your speaking abilities.
Yeah. Sure. Are you sure about that?
I don't know, am I?
John Cena?
Are you sure about that?
Wow.
Anyways.
That might be awkward for people listening.
Yeah,
Just like on Spotify.
It's gonna be super awkward.
Well, they'll hear the sound, but they won't see the visuals.
Right. Anyways. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, yeah, so real conversations, real people, raw conversations, good conversations. Point is conversation. That's really the whole point of it. And genuine conversation, no censorship, things like that. And, if you're not a fan, then don't stick around, and that's that. Anyways, so today we've got a little bit of a neat thing that Colin and I have been chit-chatting about is the idea of, he's a single child, and I am one of 3. So one thing is kind of this idea of, being raised as a single child versus being raised as, being raised with siblings and what that's like, what that looks like, what it looked like for us, our personal experiences, things like that. So, yeah, go ahead. Kick it off, man.
Well,
tell me about your life.
I am originally from, do you want me to start from like the beginning? Like where I was born and stuff, or no, just like.
You can start wherever you'd like.
Okay, so I kind of was just like a single child up until like the age of, let's see now, probably like 2nd grade or something like that. Like, I don't know if you would really count this as being still like a single child. I used to have like stepsisters, but like I don't talk to them as much anymore. But like,
but I mean, so
the majority of my life I've been like a single child, the only child.
Also, too, like, how often did you spend a lot of time with them? Were you did you ever live with them at any point?
Didn't really like. No, we didn't really like live together. They would like come like on weekends and stuff like that. We used to just like hang out and whatnot.
Okay. So I don't know if that would like kind of count. It's almost, I feel like it's almost like a cousin, right? It's almost like having cousins, right? You don't see your cousins all the time. Like you see them on the weekends or whatever, and you hang out and do things. So tell me a little bit more.
Just like being like a single child, you have kind of like your own space. You don't have to like really. You have like your own room. Right. You don't have to really share anything. So that was like something that when I was growing up, I didn't really like. When I was a kid anyway, I wasn't like really good at sharing.
You're selfish.
Yeah, basically. Basically,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a spoiled child? Because that's something that like sometimes people say with only children is that they're very spoiled brats, right? They get whatever they want.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
No. If I was spoiled, I think I would be more arrogant and more, just more arrogant, cocky, I feel like, or just like more, kind of like what you're saying, selfish.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And do you ever feel like, did you ever feel like you wanted siblings, or like it would be cool if like, so on and so forth, or were you just always like, you know what, I'm chilling, I don't need it?
Sometimes I would like think about like having like a brother or sister, like the same age. I think that would be kind of cool.
Like a twin?
Like, maybe not twin. That'd be weird.
Well, you said the same age.
No, that doesn't necessarily be a twin. Like I could be born like
a year apart.
A year apart, or like in the same year. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm born in February, and then they were born like, let's say like November or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They're just what?
How the hell?
Wait, what?
How the hell would that even happen?
What do you mean? Oh wait, yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, wait, you're right. I don't know where my mind's thinking. I don't know.
First of all,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what
Your-
I'm thinking.
your mother
Oh
would
my
have
gosh, yeah. I
right
don't know.
back on the side.
No, I have no idea.
No break time.
You're right.
Yeah, no
I don't
break
know.
time between
I
pushing
don't know
you
what I was
out.
thinking. Stupid.
That's crazy.
Stupid. Ow.
Wow.
My tooth.
Oh, Colin just knocked his tooth out.
No, I didn't.
You know how devastated he would be.
I would be really upset. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
You're right though.
Okay. So yeah. So that's neat. See, I have my experience, right, being one of 3 siblings and whatnot. What the fuck? Why are you looking at me like that?
What? No. What are you talking about?
What?
I'm
just
listening to what you're saying.
Okay, but you're smiling at me all weird.
Sorry.
So,
I won't smile anymore.
like something I said was like funny, and you were like, oh ho ho. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I'm one of 3, and personally, like I very much enjoyed my experience with my siblings. When I was younger, we had our issues and things like that, but who doesn't? You know, I've had my moments where I've thrown a TV remote at my sister and told her I hated her and whatnot. Not so much my brother. My brother and I were always cool, and we always did like the we'd wrestle and play fight a lot or whatever. And I feel like that got a lot of our tensions out because half the time we would just like hit each other too.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, so it wasn't like that crazy. My sister, you would have sworn I hated her when I was a kid, but I didn't, never did. And these days they're my best friends. Like they're for sure, you know, we're super close. And that's one thing that like when I compare it to other people with siblings and their relationships with them, their bonds with their siblings and things like that, I feel very lucky because I am as close as I am with my siblings.
Yeah.
I say it's a very rare connection. That you know, when I was in high school, like a lot of people, they'd be talking about their sister, their brother, whatever it is, and like there's one person in particular, I remember he was talking about his sister one time, and he was like, "Oh, my sister's such a fucking bitch," right? And I was like, "Damn, I would never say that about my sister. Like I just couldn't, you know what I mean? I could get mad at her, I could, you know, she could do some dumb shit, but I just couldn't bring myself to say that about her, right? To be like, oh, my sister's a fucking bitch. Like, nah, you know, it doesn't. And he's like, oh, like, sometimes, you know, I just want to punch her in the fucking face. I'm like, Jesus, you need therapy. You know, yeah. You need to figure out what the issue is because that sucks, you know? So, yeah, so it's just, like, weird stuff like that. And, again, what I said, I just feel very, very lucky, very blessed that me and my siblings are so as close as we are. The idea of, you know, the California venture, right? Yeah. We tend to migrate and stick near each other to the best of our abilities, so that way we can be that constant support group and things like that for one another. And we are always pushing each other forward. And, you know, if nothing else, we feel like we can't talk to anybody else, we know that we can call one of each other and still be good,
right?
You know. So that's something that has been very cool, very, very advantageous, I would say, in life. I give all the credit to my siblings for people telling me that I appear and seem older than I actually am. And that's just because, you know, I was I was like 8, 9 years old and I'm hanging out in pool halls with my brother in fucking New York, right? Yeah. So, yeah, especially before I moved out of New York, I didn't really hang out. If I was hanging out to do anything, I was going with my brother or sister somewhere, right? You know, and I was hanging out with them and their friends. And you know, the age gap between me and my brother is 11 years, and me and my sister is 8 years. So, yeah, so it's just been something that I feel like has prepared me for life, you know, in that sense of things.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, so. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, do you feel so? Given now what I've said, do you feel anything of like that? Oh, like, you know, something that you feel like you wish you would have had or whatever. Because in a sense, when you mentioned like, I think of when you said too, like having your own space, right? Yeah. And not that it was ever a massive problem for me, but I'm sure on my brother's end of things, right? Because he was older than me and whatnot. Like we ended up sharing a room and whatnot. And, you know, there were times where, you know, he'd be hanging out doing his thing or whatever with his friends, with a girl, whatever it was, or just playing music, just playing guitar. and there I go, being my little 4-year-old self or whatever, and just making noise, making a mess, making a ruckus, doing whatever it is, just disturbing the peace, right? I know the same thing with with Christian, right? That
Christian is one of our friends.
Yeah, one of our friends. That he had to share a room with his sibling and things like that. So he knows kind of what that vibe is like as well, as opposed to where you're talking about having your own space.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would be deathly afraid to have like a sister, like especially if like one like around like my age, like a year or older, just because like I wouldn't want any like, we know how guys work, they're little horn dogs and whatnot.
Yeah, kill 'em.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'd be like that. I'd be like, oh, but like I wasn't like, I don't think I would be like as vocal about it, because in like high school I was like the shy kid. Like I knew everybody, but like I wouldn't like associate myself with like a group, but like I wasn't, like I said before, I wasn't like super vocal about anything. I'd probably just let it happen or whatnot. But yeah, I'd be really scared if I had like a sister like my age, but like a brother, I think it would be just like cool to like have an older brother to bestow wisdom upon me, if that makes sense. I don't know.
You've got yourself an adopted Ion.
An adopted Ion.
Welcome to the family, bud.
Welcome to the family. Brother.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I consider you a brother for a long time. So,
people say, I forget who. Oh yeah, somebody was watching. One of my coworkers was watching the podcast. She's like, "Is that your brother?" I was like, "No."
But yes.
So, yeah.
Damn, Colin, you don't claim me like that?
No.
Gave me a hard no.
Hard no. No.
My brother?
No.
No.
I have no brothers. I am me.
I am me. Wow.
Great America's best dance crew.
I was gonna say good dance
Bruh,
crew.
oh my gosh, I was not rooting for them. In the beginning.
Now you know.
My crew
now they'll never be on the show, Colin, because you weren't rooting for
Randy
them.
Jackson took that shit off the air a while ago, and I'm upset.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I Am Me. I bet they still exist.
No, they're apart. Yeah, they've been apart.
Damn,
Brandon's doing his own thing. He does like photography. Brandon 747. Philip Chabib, he's still dancing. I think Yaya Vankova, she still dances.
He knows a lot more than I did.
Emilio, I think he still dances. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really kept up with her.
Kova? Was that the beautiful woman?
She was the older one. She's from the Czech Republic. She was like the animator of the group. Chachi, you're thinking of Chachi Gonzalez, bro.
Probably. Okay.
She doesn't. I don't think she dances anymore though. She does have like a YouTube channel and stuff.
All right, so hit her up. She's not dancing anymore,
Yeah,
right?
It's
not like she got free time. Yeah.
Like, teach me.
Something like that. Teach me something.
Teach me.
She teaches you, you teach her.
What kind of dance do I know? I don't know any dances. She's probably a better dancer than me. She won America's Best Dance Crew. What?
Liberado humano.
I don't know what that means. Oh.
Colin.
Our friend Austin does that all the time.
Austin was on episode 8.
Episode 8.
Austin was on episode 8. He didn't do it on the episode.
No,
probably could have started off with shitting on him.
Yeah,
but all love.
I did it for him. I was like, Colin. That guy.
Dang. So yeah, anyways, we were talking about siblings, not siblings.
America's Best Dance Crew.
Yeah, well, yeah, but before that,
you could have been on there.
Me,
with your family, I guess that'd be a really small crew though, 3 people.
Yeah, me, Young and Tosh.
Yeah,
crushing it.
It's like,
yeah, but they're not dancers like that.
They don't dance
like salsa music.
Yeah,
no, they dance. Don't get me wrong.
I've never seen them dance. I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's just not like dancing like that and like hip hop stuff. And they are dancers. They grew up dancing. They went to like dance schools and things like that. Yeah, they both grew up dancing. They danced to like, if I remember correctly, their dance school danced to like Disney World or some shit.
Disney World.
So, yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, when they were like, I think Tosh was like 5.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like,
I thought you meant like a little bit older than that.
I mean, there's like I don't know how old they were when they danced at Disney. I'm saying when that's when they started dancing. Like Tosh was like 5, Young was like 7 or 8 then.
Like at the, what do you mean by a danced at Disney? Like the actual like
the park?
But like were they like part of like the like?
No,
okay.
they didn't work for Disney.
Well, yeah,
Their
not
dance school went and did a performance at Disney World.
Okay. Yeah, you had to make that more specific. Like
No,
you just
no,
sounded
no.
like they were just like on a field trip or something.
They didn't work there. They weren't like people in the show like
yeah,
Fantasia
like kids,
or anything like that.
kids, yeah, that's kids.
Kids?
Kids.
Thinking about the band Kiss.
No,
not that type of show.
Kids. Like paid child actors, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No. They were not. They were just in a dance school that happened to take a trip to Disney or whatever. So
we're going to Disney.
Yeah, pretty much like they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so that was pretty much my experience with having siblings. It was great, very supportive, and that's something that for me personally, I feel like I wouldn't trade, but I know that there's, again, just given what I've heard from other people with siblings, it seems like their experiences are utter ass cheeks, and I don't know why.
Very good. Very good call back to Frothy Milkers.
Right.
Utter.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and
straight from the teat.
I don't know why. I don't know what people do to each other. You know? I don't know what some siblings like do to each other to really just fuck with each other, I guess. Like, you know?
Did your one friend I don't know if I should say his name for anonymity.
Don't.
Okay.
Just say if you're not sure, then don't do it.
Anyway, if I
you can tell the story
yeah,
for sure. Just
his like brother would like beat the shit out of him. He was on your lacrosse team.
Oh.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. So not necessarily like beat the shit out of him. Like they would get into like some fights and things like that, but like yeah, they had a thing for each other. And it was like a thing where it was like pranks and things like that were just too far, in my opinion, right? Or doing shit that I mean, I guess one time like if we're thinking of the same person, I remember one time my friend had really bad sunburn.
Yeah.
Really bad sunburn, yeah. And his brother was trying to be the nice guy even, right? You know? But he was getting upset at him doing the little brother stuff and whatnot, and, you know, he was pissing him off and kept, like, hitting him. So then he freaking whacked him in the back of his sunburn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you that I thought this kid's soul left his body because like the way his like body spasmed up and he like instantly started crying and whatnot, like, which understandable, you know what I'm saying? And like yeah, it was just nuts. So but there's just things that again just go too far. Like I remember one time a buddy of mine, like, you know, his brother freaking like he fell asleep. He had a bunch of people over for a sleepover.
Okay.
And he ended up being the first one to sleep. So all of his friends are there.
Prank him, John.
And he's asleep. So his brother's like, this is trash. Like, you guys are all here and he's knocked out. So decided to wake him up by what's it called? Arabian goggles? Something like that.
Arabian goggles.
Yeah, so basically what you do is when the person's asleep, then you take your scrot, right, and you nestle each of your goose eggs into their eye, like on top of their eye sockets, right? Yeah. So
Arabian goggles.
Yeah, did that. Took a picture with the scrot on the freaking eyes. Needless to say, he was pissed when he woke up.
Yeah, I would
be
too.
And
wait, did he wake up when like they were placed on his head?
Interestingly enough, no.
He was
that
in
wasn't
deep
the moment.
sleep.
Right. And so again, if that was me, I would murder my brother because that's just too damn far. You see what I'm saying? Like there's just things that are too damn far. And but again, I couldn't even think about doing something like that as a prank to my brother. Yeah, and I know my brother wouldn't even consider doing anything like that to me. You know what I'm saying?
He's not that kind of person, no.
Yeah, no, my brother doesn't even like scaring people, right? Like he doesn't even like jump scaring. Like he won't jump out at you from a closet or anything because he doesn't like that shit done to him. So he doesn't do it to anybody else, you know? So yeah, shit like that is it's just weird to me that people could do that to their own brothers and sisters and shit and be like, oh, they deserved it. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, you just broke your sister's arm. Like, you know? They'll be like, oh, yeah, no, she was being a bitch, so, like, I kicked her off the back of the four-wheeler when we were going around, like, a hard fucking turn. Like, all right, you feel good about that? Like, you know? Like, oh, she had to go to the hospital and get stitches. Like, all right.
No.
That sounds fucking terrible, actually. But, yeah, so.
I've never heard that term before. Arabian goggles.
You stuck on that.
That's wild.
Today's term of the day. Arabian goggles.
I don't know.
Get yourself a pair today.
Yeah.
They come in, on this show, they come in light tan and dark mocha.
Dark mocha. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Colin. You're funny. Colin. Oy. No. You have anything else to say on the topic here, the main topic of the siblings thing? I'm sure you've heard it, and that's another thing, right? Is like, I'm sure you've heard people talk in the way that I was just saying about their siblings, like bitching about their siblings and whatnot. And I feel like as an only child, that would make you be like, thank God I don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. I don't know.
Heard yeah. All right, cool.
I don't know. Because I'll never know because I'll never. Can you not make out with the mic? Thank you.
Con, I'll lick this shit.
Don't.
Then you better.
You can lick the headphones because you bought them. I bought that.
You better say something other than, yeah.
Okay.
Next time.
Well, stop. Don't lick the mic. That's expensive. If you want to lick something, lick your headphones because you bought that.
I don't care.
I bought that. Don't dirty it up. And it has a lot of hair on it too, so you probably shouldn't lick it.
You gonna say anything about what's important? You're just gonna keep talking about the fucking microphone.
Sorry. So, I heard this interesting thing.
What?
Doubt it. They say people like date people that look like their siblings, or like that they look like siblings. You know what I'm saying? They look like a brother and sister
the people
couple.
that they end up that they look like siblings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's because they have siblings, or I don't know if it also applies to people that are like only child too, because they never had siblings.
Yeah.
But they look alike. But I know it's not true for everybody because like
definitely not.
Yeah. I
wouldn't say my brother-in-law seems like he could be a member of my family. You know what I mean? Like,
really? Doesn't. You said he. Wait, repeat that again. That he looks.
You said, yeah. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't.
that's
Okay,
what I'm saying. I wouldn't say that. Like, you know, he looks like he could be like her brother.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't look like he could be a member of my family. So I wouldn't. It's definitely not true in all cases. But interestingly enough, I would say that my ex, her current situation, he looks like her little brother. So that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious actually when I made that connection. I was like, wait a second. I was like, looks just like this kid. So yeah, neat stuff there. I mean that's like a interesting idea of like, does that have anything to do with like an Oedipus complex, right?
Oedipus. Never heard
Oedipus
of that.
Rex.
Elaborate.
Fell in love with your mother, like to you know, to have an Oedipus complex is to, you know, be attracted to like your own mother.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. Yeah.
Right. So I wonder if that's like, or father, I guess. Kind of works both ways.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's another term for it, not an Oedipus complex. But yeah. So I wonder if that would be kind of like a similar like a strain of it, right? That you're not exactly going for someone in your family, the ancestral route, but
end up having a baby that looks like the thing from the Goonies combined with the thing from White Castle. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, like that baby. Yeah.
Little fucking Cyclops.
Who are you guys?
Said he fucking tried to bite me. I thought it was kind of cute.
Just emerged from the shadows. They're just like behind them.
Fucked up. But yeah, so yeah, instead of going that route, like finding somebody that like subconsciously you're like, oh, they look familiar.
Yeah.
I like that, right? So that's weird. It's weird the way the human brain works.
Yeah. Perhaps that could be another topic of conversation.
Are we fucking
for another episode? No. How the human mind works.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're no experts on that topic.
Yeah,
Colin.
you're right.
We're
We need to get like a
we need Joe Rogan.
neurologist. Yeah, no, he's an expert in everything.
Yeah, just say he can talk about everything.
Anyway, we're coming up at the end. We are at the end. We're a little bit over.
Are we?
Yeah, we're at almost 28 minutes here.
Wow.
Or 27.
Well, this was a interesting little conversation that we tackled.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Frothy Milkers.
Follow us. Follow us on Instagram at Frothy Milkers Official. You can find us there. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and
YouTube.
Yes.
And again, Apple.
I don't know what's going on
with you. Keep playing your shit.
I'm about to not pay you guys monthly anymore. Goodbye.
All right, about to just say, you know what, Apple? You don't deserve the Frothy Milkers.
Yeah, no froth for you. Yeah. All milk, no froth.
All milk, no froth.
Goodbye.